How are you guys doing? It's PESEP here. Welcome back to another episode of PES 2015 gameplay and tactic tips. In the previous video, we spoke about team instructions and we went about the offensive tactical option. This time we're going to go ahead talking about the defensive one. We've talked about these in the previous video. The links for the previous video is in the description. We're going to hit R1 and we're going to talk about the defensive style. Alright, now I'm not going to go through the other one. Obviously I've spoke about it. Defensive style, I'm going to explain individual sliders and then I'm going to tell you which one to use, and overall if you're a beginner or what I use at the end of it, we'll go through that as well. Okay, let's start with defensive style. We have two options: frontline pressure and all-out defense. As you can see in the model, the grey players is my team, the red one is the opponent. When we use frontline pressure, when the opponent has the ball, my team with pressure up front. This is one of my one of the tactics that I use because I would like to intercept early without the player getting into my own half. However, if you are not good defensively, you can choose all-out defense. As you can see here, the red team is an opponent. As soon as he has the ball, my whole team will drop back down to defend. However, if you are playing against a good dribbler, I would not suggest using all-out defense because it doesn't matter how many people you have on your own half. A little smart dribbling, if an opponent has a great vision and he's a great dribbler, a pass and move in 1-2, dynamic 1-2, he will break your defense apart. So my personal preference is frontline pressure. Containment area, this is a tricky one. Now you may think, as you can see, when the red team, the opponent, has the ball, my team, when I'm setting my containment area to middle, they kind of get compact and they intercept in the middle. However, if an opponent plays on the flanks, then you can change it to white. For example, if you're playing against Bayern Munich, it's 100% he's going to be playing on the flank, so I would suggest white. However, this one is a very tricky one. Now, you may think containment area white, so that means I can stop a team who plays on the flank. That is correct, but at the same way, if somebody plays on the flank, you may want to use middle, so you can push them into the middle and avoid getting them on the flank. This is something that I could not get my head around 100%, but on my club, this is what I'm doing. If I buy a manager, by the way guys, this is a tip for you online division team, no matter what team you use. At the same time, you know, it's a little bit tip for your managers on my club. You know, you want to buy a manager who has defensive style, frontline pressure, and the containment area middle, because I like to keep the middle secure. It's most likely, it's very rare to find a player who like to plays on the flank and dribble and cross, so containment area middle is a must for me. Pressuring, I don't like aggressive because I don't want my players to barge forward like a headless chickens. So I would use conservative. It's more secure, I can jockey them. I normally select my last defender, stay with him, and I press square to send the AI teammate to intercept. Defensive line, this is again, it depends on what team you're using. With Real Madrid, if you play defensive line deep, is a no-no. If you play with Juventus, defensive line deep, yes. So this is just depends on personal preference. I normally leave it on 4. If I'm playing against someone who depends on through balls, I will keep it to 2. However, through balls is not that effective, plus if you play through balls, although you're going to drain your team. Compactness. As you can see, the higher the sliders, the more compact the team is, and the less is the wider. This is the majority in general. When you play online, everybody just attacks down the middle. So I would suggest set your compactness to about maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 to make it compact. If you're playing against someone like with Barcelona, I would suggest go a little bit wider because Barcelona is very flexible. If you're playing against Real Madrid, I would say go wider. So it just depends on what team. Every time when you go online and online divisions, you are using any team, set these sliders according to your opponent's formation and the way you think he's going to be playing. But in general, I would like to set this to compact. So at the start, defensive style, frontline pressure, containment area middle, pressure and conservative, defensive line 3 just to be secure. If you're playing against a dribbler, I would suggest to go higher. Compactness, I would like to very compact. Numbers and defense, I would choose many. If you are, I'm good at defending, but when I attack, I don't depend on the whole teammate to attack. You may think, oh, maybe you're a long ball spammer, or you know, you don't play properly, or you're just ping ponging all through balls. That's not really accurate, because numbers in defense, I use Juventus and Inter Milan a lot in online divisions, and when I attack, I do pass and move with my flanks, so I don't need the AI to make my flanks overlap. I make them overlap manually by doing 1-2s with them. So for me, I would like my defense is number in many. So guys, if you combine all these that I've just told you with the offensive one right here, you can come up with the best tactics to start in your online divisions. Doesn't matter what team you use. However, depending on the team that you use, for example, when it comes to Bayern Munich, it's flexible. You can play wide, you can play narrow. Teams like Juventus is always long ball and wide. Juventus likes to play attack on the flanks and then narrow it down in the midfield for Tevez. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumb up and make sure to subscribe for my future videos. Join me in my live streams. If you follow me on Twitter, links are in the description, you would know about my live streams. Anyway guys, I've been PESEP. Until next time, ciao for now.